And not just 8 months back, I used
In India.
in India. And those days of those damaroos and those round circles, charkas, they are gone. I am 5G ready. Upgrade. Well, if you bought your new phones, which are all 5G enabled, then there's some good news for you. What's that?
It's finally happening. 5G is finally going to be rolled out in India, and who else to do it than Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. On 1st of October, he's officially gonna announce, roll out, launch the 5G services in India, and soon after, you can expect all the major telecom operators, the Reliance Jio, the Airtel, Vodafone Idea, to roll out their services and 5G plans as well. How do you feel about it?
I'm excited. I've just bought a new phone, so I am 5G ready.
So you have gone from 2G to 3G to 4G to 5G.
I started with WAP, and before that, I don't even know. I had a Siemens phone which was this small that could only send text and like make calls.
Did you ever imagine that will come
No, and we used to not make calls. Sorry, we used to use it like a pager because it used to be, this is it way back in 2000, and it used to be so expensive to make calls that we would cut the call and then call back on the landline. So I used to work here in Aaj Tak only in the television, and I used to call back people from office landline. Yes.
Here we are, 5G is finally happening.
Yes, and I think it's quite exciting because I've been having issues with connectivity, and I'm hoping that with the rollout of 5G, do you think the connectivity issues will be better?
The connectivity will definitely be better. It will certainly be better, but I would be very realistic with you guys that don't have these over-the-top expectations. See, what I'll tell you is what has happened with. Okay, I can see that. But okay, so what has happened? See, if once we started using 3G, we started finding 2G a little too slow for our liking. Similarly, happened when 4G came in. Initially, all of us were very happy, very fast internet, all of that. But within few months or years, we started realizing maybe this is not also enough. And now with 5G also, initially you will get very good speeds. But as soon as people start adapting, people start switching to 5G, there'll be bandwidth issues. There'll be more people on the same network. Bandwidth will be divided, and then you will start facing certain issues as well. So, I mean, you can right now they're claiming a lot of things. They're saying that you will get 10x, 20x speed than 4G. That's not going to happen. Maybe in the initial few days, but realistically, what you can expect is 2 to 3 times better speed than 4G, and even that would be more than enough.
Which is good enough because I feel, even 4G services were a boon for a lot of service providers and a lot of entertainment companies.
Yes, exactly.
Say Netflix. You can watch Netflix anytime you want nowadays. You don't need to be connected to a Wi-Fi. So I think things like that. So there might be more future for companies like that, and a lot of people might be excited that okay, now I am truly wireless.
Yes.
I don't need to be dependent on some network which is at a certain particular place. So I think that's great.
And some of the services which are there in other countries, but we are not able to make use of because of the internet limitations or speed limitations that we have right now with 4G, will also make their way to India. For example, I'll give you, cloud gaming right now is one of the biggest things around the globe. You don't even need to download a game on your phone. What you can do is it's on the cloud storage, you can play it directly from there. But for that, to pull it off, you need very high speed internet, which is not available in India right now with 4G. So that will be possible once you start getting the 5G services in India, and that is when we'll see Google and all these other companies also launching their cloud gaming services in India, which have not become that big as well. So all those people who are into gaming will have a lot of fun, especially for content. Now what Anjali just pointed out, with 4G what we saw, content sort of booming, all these OTT platforms coming. Now the content is also fast evolving. You have newer formats. It's not just 4K videos anymore. It's 4K, Dolby Vision, HDR, I don't know what all, and some of these phones support 8K video recording now. But to play those videos, you need to have that internet speed. So right now what happens is, let's say if you're watching something on Netflix, at times it will still buffer.
Yes.
Or it will get stuck somewhere. But with 5G, that will not happen. Whatever file you are taking right now to 3 minutes to download, you might be able to download in 30 seconds or 40 seconds. So these are little things that will improve with 5G coming in.
Not just entertainment, I also think it will be great, a boon for the government itself, and a lot of things like telemedicine, a lot of connectivity things that can happen, and things which can be some welfare programs that can be rolled out, some digital welfare programs, a lot of things. I feel education will get a boost thanks thanks to it. There are a lot of things that will happen when 5G comes in. Well, we have a lot of expectations. Let's hope it sort of, but
थोड़ा देर कर दिया आते आते, so now let's hope that once it
but what do
comes.
you think, are these companies who are supposed to be the providers, are they ready to roll out?
Yes, everyone is ready. Let me tell you, because I have used 5G in India. Almost 8 months back, I used 5G at one of Airtel's facilities. So they had the entire.
Notice the subtle. I have used 5G,
They-
and not just 8 months back. I
in
used
India.
5G. In
Important.
India.
Have used 5G in other countries as well, but in India also.
Oh my God, that's another subtle one. That's another subtle boast. Yes, go on.
So but the point is that their infrastructure was ready 8 months ago. Okay, so they were ready for the rollout, but they were just waiting for the spectrum auction to happen, which obviously was delayed multiple times, and now it has finally happened. So, in fact, Airtel has officially said it that they will roll out their services in October itself.
Okay.
Maybe hopefully in the first week of October, once the PM officially announces it. So all the telecom operators, at least Airtel and Jio, are ready with it. I have seen what the speed can possibly do. It's going to be very exciting, that is for sure. Even the prices, I think a lot of people are curious to know about the pricing of the 5G plans. Now, see, right now we don't have a figure. We don't know how it is going to be priced. But if you compare it, if you look at the international pricing in other countries where 5G is available, there is not a huge sort of jump over the 4G plans. It's maybe 10 to 15, 20% sort of incremental upgrade over what 4G costs. And that is what you can expect in India as well. In fact, I talked to the Airtel CTO and he also told me the same thing, that जो भी हमारा 4G का plan है, उस पे आप you can expect 15-20% increase.
Nice.
And what they've smartly done, by the way, all these telecom companies, if you will notice over the last 12 months, they have already increased the prices of their 4G plans. In fact, in last year itself, they increased the prices 2 to 3 times. So let's say a plan which was at 400 rupees gradually went up to 600. So now if 5G comes at 750, you may not feel that huge
big a jump,
big a jump. But if it had gone from 400 to 750, you would have felt like it is almost doubled.
Yes.
But now from 600 to 750, it will feel like, हाँ ठीक है, इतना तो हम दे सकते हैं.
Yes, also I think also it's all about paying the premium for the premium service. So till it is a premium and doesn't become a norm, people won't really mind paying for it. So okay, hope you've bought your new phones. In case you haven't, I hope your phones are 5G ready, because once it rolls out, I'm sure you'll feel a little left out when, especially if you're friends with people like Manas who like to boast and their video is playing seamlessly and yours is buffering up. I mean, those days of those damaroos and those round circles, charkas, they are gone. So, upgrade.